Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining this short presentation on the subject of digital transformation. My name is Rajesh Krishnamurthy, and I'm the Group CEO of Expleo. Expleo is a trusted partner for end-to-end integrated engineering, quality services, and management consulting for digital transformation. We have 15,000 engineers operating in more than 30 countries around the world. Now, we all know that digital transformation has become a buzzword and that it's literally impossible to attend a business technology conference of any length of time and not hear it. This year, digital transformation is also at the center of the economic development debate due to the COVID-19 outbreak. The way organizations are digitally adapting to a world that has become so challenging and uncertain over such a short period of time has been simply amazing. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Even prior to COVID, much more profound driving forces enabled by digital technologies are redefining our industries and changing the table stakes of doing business. These forces are transforming the traditional boundaries of firms, changing global value chains, and challenging the traditional operating and business models. If ignored, they can throw companies, even the strongest and the most established ones, out of business in a matter of months. If well understood, however, they can create fantastic opportunities and bring great success. That is why today, more than ever before, companies cannot afford to rest on their laurels or to be overconfident. The pressure is on to change and change constantly, to move with the times, to adapt to the new realities, and to seize the new opportunities. In this context, digital transformation is more than just a buzzword. It has become a question of survival. So let's look at these 5 forces as I see it. But before that, I would also like to talk about the forces which are redefining our industries. The technology leap is one. The emergence of new business ecosystems. The need to rethink operations to become more agile and efficient. The need for personalized client experiences. And finally, the emergence of tighter environmental standards and increasingly complex regulatory landscape. Let's dive into these forces in a bit more detail and see how businesses can use them to their advantage. The first, technology leap. This is all about the surging advances in digital capacity, where we are seeing quantum leaps in what tools can do for us. So what's really happening here? First, computing power continues to rise. Intel has said that we would get chips 100 times faster in about 10 years' time. Storage is also becoming faster with smarter fabrics and more use of flash memory. And there is a rapid surge in performance capacity in both wired and wireless networking. In parallel, we are seeing the real world price of technology continue to decline. And this is creating incredible value. The cost per MIP, bit, and byte are following through the floor. Look at the laptops where machines that would have cost the price of a car 25 years ago now cost a few €100 or dollars, but offer hundreds of times of superior performance, storage, and memory capacity, and so on. At the same time, cloud platforms mean that a company founded today can access the same compute capacity and the technical sophistication as a multi-billion-dollar behemoth. We are seeing an explosion of innovation where new ideas don't just come from Silicon Valley, but from hubs all over the world, from Dublin, Paris, Berlin, London, Bangalore, and beyond. It's never been so easy to start a company, to find funding, and to scale up. And there never has been so many waves of technologies in AI, in the Internet of Things, digital twins, and so on. It's my firm conviction that by fully exploiting cloud, data, AI, the Internet of Things, and other technology trends, companies can reinvent themselves for a new era of business that some call Industry 4.0 or the fourth industrial revolution. It's not easy to transform, but if you think this is tough, then being disrupted and displaced will be even tougher. So my advice to keep on top of the technology wave: don't consider new technology just as a simple gadget or as a nice to have. Technology has to be a part of every company's long-term investment strategy. It has to be ingrained in your DNA with a long-term R&D vision and programs. At Expleo, we believe in taking our own medicine, and we are part of many open initiatives around innovation. As we are very active in the aerospace, we have partnered in the Van Allen Foundation to support the training of young space engineers through participation in nano-satellite development projects. Nano-satellites are satellites that are the size of a small shoebox. They can do everything a conventional satellite does and can be deployed swiftly to get data from them rapidly. Another project is our partnership with the Clinique Center in France and our participation in developing a new kind of brain-controlled exoskeleton, which enabled a tetraplegic man to walk again last year. These projects are key for us to share our knowledge and learn about new groundbreaking technologies, and we are proud of the impact it has on society. This leads me to the second force: new business ecosystems. With the advance of technologies, a vast array of capabilities and sources of competitive advantage are actually emerging outside the traditional walls of a business. There is a dramatic shift in recognizing where future assets lie. In the past, it was heavily invested in physical ownership. Knowledge was kept within the organization as it was the source of competitive advantage. With the physical world merging with the virtual world, this model is rapidly morphing. Knowledge is now recognized as lying mostly outside the organization. It is in the connected minds across multiple stakeholders, across platforms and ecosystems that are becoming the new sources of competitive advantage. It is now common to see governments and public sector, academia, startups, and fully fledged businesses from across vertical markets combine. Co-creation and co-curation are crucial as we find more ways to collaborate internally, but also with partners, customers, and even competitors. By sharing knowledge, insights, and specialities, we are moving faster and are advancing on a broader front. Think about the smart self-driving cars. In 2016, not that long ago, Business Insider predicted that 10 million self-driving cars will be on the road by 2020. The technology exists, but couldn't be commercialized. We should ask why. Because no single team could figure out how to have the AI solve a real-world problem, navigating our roads with the high degree of reliability needed. So, seeing large alliances of private companies from very different sectors like us, Expleo, the PSA Group, the Naval Group, and public bodies working together to resolve this very complex issue. The third force of digital transformation is the need for reimagining operating models with agility and efficiency in mind. Fixed, inflexible ways of working are no longer appropriate because we have to expect the unexpected, whether that's another pandemic, a new low-cost source of goods and services that creates an impact the way China and India have done over the past 20 years, the arrival into our sector of an internet giant such as an Amazon or a Google, or a disruptive startup with a blank canvas. A new operating model is vital to drive a business forward in the digital economy. But how? By using latest technologies, robotics, digitizing, automating, and using flexible, loosely coupled IT architectures, companies have the chance to change what they make, how they make it, and how they distribute and sell it. Let's take the example of one of our clients, Peugeot's PSA Group, which is revamping its facilities in France to create a multi-purpose manufacturing site. This new factory, which will open in 2022, has been optimized for industrial processes, using flexible and versatile processes that will allow them to deliver up to 400,000 vehicles a year. They will be able to anticipate customers' needs in real time, minimize risks, improve industrial performance, and increase productivity. The fourth force, the user and customer experience, is one of the most important aspects of success in modern business and at the very heart of digital transformation. A top-notch user experience is a must to keep customers involved and engaged with your brand in this new digital age. It is the key element to differentiate from competitors. And to that end, the companies need to shift their focus from the generic to the bespoke and deliver personalized experiences across products and services, such as in-vehicle infotainment systems and assisted driving. And customers today no longer view their experiences in an industry silo. Instead, they compare their experiences to leading firms from other industries. More than 30% of customers would love to have their experience of their banks to be Amazon-like. Fifth and finally, we come to the environmental and regulatory landscape. Companies must act sustainably, not because of the pressure of customers or regulators, but because at the end of the day, we have only one planet. As the need for greater environmental responsibility is urgent, digital technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing can help organizations achieve sustainability goals in a number of ways. For example, analytics and ML models are advancing precision for agriculture and irrigation and automating processes with environmental impact, such as methane leak detection or renewable energy forecasts for solar and wind power. Companies that are pioneers in green innovation in general will win twice. First, by acting to protect our planet, and second, by enhancing their corporate image, developing newer markets, and achieving competitive advantage. At Expleo, for instance, we are testing and researching with Airbus and the BAMCO consortium solutions for more sustainable materials in aerospace, using bamboo fibers for making aeroplane parts. To conclude, these five forces are redefining the reality of business today. Companies that succeed will be the ones who can harness digital changes, root out legacy, react faster and better, and are proactive and anticipate events. They will be those that have access to the best data and that have a relentless focus on change and disruption, acting without fear or the handcuffs of inertia. In this context, CEOs need to ask themselves, what does my company do? How do we do it? Is there a better, more efficient way? How do we take existing opportunities and bring new value? But not only. One important question, how do I bring my people on the path of digital change? How do I infuse innovation in the DNA of my company? We need to think about how to take our people along with us. We have to engage them and inspire them to work flexibly and smart. We need to invest in training, continuous learning, and people development. We need to help them become multidimensional, to help them solve problems and think about problems and opportunities in newer ways. We need to transform the way we work and change our state of mind, moving away from business as usual and towards the new business world. This is good for our people, good for us, good for our clients, and good for our partners. Culture change, that toughest of business challenges, is inevitable. We need to think bold and act reliable. Thank you. And please continue the conversation in the networking chat room. Thank you again.